Hello, my name is Rick Shattuck, and with Cosmic Internet Registration, a division of CI Corp. We are a authorized GoDaddy reseller in the Wild West program, and we're going to talk about SSL certificates. An SSL certificate is necessary if you want your website, as this one is, to have HTTPS, S for secure, and so it won't be blocked by many browsers. Say this site is insecure, blah blah. You sure you want to go to this website? And then so when you click on the icon showing that it's secure, and some browser will show a picture of a lock. It'll say connection is secure. This is really secureserver.net, not a fake site. Certificate is valid, and then you can click there to see all the details about the certificate. So it's the organization's Special Domain Services as a division of GoDaddy, and when it starts and when it expires, and the initial characters of the certificate. So we have that as well under cicorp.com, and I made a webpage about this under internet/SSL, and I had called the GoDaddy guides. You know, it's helpful to call like 2 in the morning when it's not so busy, so you're not on hold for an hour. And they kept sending me the instructions, number 1227 for cPanel. Now this video is going to focus on Plesk, when the Windows is hosting, to install SSL and intermediate certificates on Parallels, the company that makes Plesk. And so I had read through this and again, and I wish that just somebody would make a video about it, because the steps one by one, some of the instructions it's a little difficult to say where they're talking about on the menu. So on my page, cicorp.com/internet/SSL, I've put in some screenshots to help to locate what they're talking about when they see, click on the CRT file, what's the picture. So let's get the right brain involved. And even better today, what I'm going to do is make a video. Now, we have over 100 customers. One of those, for example, is CTI1 Computer Technologies in Virginia, and they have the HTTPS, and they're happy. Now, what I do when I order, I usually do it in blocks of 10, because there's considerable savings there. So I'll go to my products, and then I scroll down to past this. The top is our domains, a list of over 271 domains. Our web hosting, which is the Windows hosting, Windows hosting Deluxe, which includes Plesk. The other Windows hosting is cPanel, and GoDaddy is trying to get people to go to cPanel, but I like the way that Windows hosting is not case sensitive. It's not picky about upper and lower case on file names. And if I have to switch to cPanel, I'm going to have to go through all our hundreds of websites and make sure all the links are in lower case. So, and then there's email, which is the email 365 Microsoft, which everybody had to switch to from the former system, which actually worked pretty well. But okay, then now to SSL certificates. So I have a standard UCC SSL, which means you can have 10 in under one domain, and I chose cosmicinternet.com, our main domain. I have another one, shattuck.net, which is another block of 10. So we'll focus on the first one, the standard block of 10, and the price we charge is about $115 per year. So divided by 10, that's like 11.59 per year. So it's $967 per month plus tax, and that is a pretty good deal. So back to our SSL certificates. I'll take a look at this time under Manage to see which of our hundreds of websites are going to have the SSL certificates. So I click here and see under cosmicinternet.com, standard UCC SSL certificate. UCC stands for Unified Communication Certificate. So you can have them in one. And now I scroll down under the type, standard UCC SSL certificate, and the status is the certificate has been issued, but I have some fixes to make for it. And the certificate issue starfield, that's GoDaddy, and then down to the certificate period, which is May 7th, 2025 to October 25. Usually do it in a year at a time, and I've had this certificate since 2021. So under the cosmicinternet.com, I'm going to have these other 9 customers: Association for Digital Currency, aneta.org, bitrom.org. Okay, so let me test some of these. First of all, I'll start with the cosmicinternet.com to make sure that the HTTPS is working. So I type cosmicinternet.com. And let's see how it comes up. It's thinking. Okay, good. I see the symbol that means that the connection is secure and that the certificate is valid. Very good. Okay, then I'll go to the next one in the list, and then I'll just copy and paste. So I'll take a-dc.org. That is the Association for Digital Coins. These are guys who got into Bitcoin when it was like $1. Yep, certificate is valid there. Good. And then I'm going to take the next one, aneta.org. Test that out. Yep, certificate is valid. Good. And then bitrom.org, that's a coin like Bitcoin. And that is fine. Yep. And cicorp.com. Actually, we already checked that. CTI1, we checked that. Okay, the next one is fairfieldiowa.us. It says now that has a redirection there. Let me put. Okay, now this is not secure. Okay, so what's wrong with this? Why is it not secure? The other ones are working fine, and that's what confused me when I called GoDaddy, because some would work and some would not. So the answer to this is I need to go into here. I go to download the certificate. Now that'll give me all the CRT file that's used for that certificate. Now after you rekey, there is an option to rekey all your certificates. So it's basically if you want to start all over again, and that's right here, this option. Okay, so we don't need to rekey because we do have a key that is working for some of them, just not fairfieldiowa.us. So we're going to fix that. And these 10, by the way, these are listed under change subject alternative names. And this is if I wanted to add on another one, although I have 0 remaining because I'm already up to 10. You would type in the domain, let's say like abc.com, and then you would add that to your list. You have to click both the add and you have to click the add change, and at the bottom don't forget to submit all changes. Okay, but my list is fine of the ones that I have. I just want to make sure that this one is working. And off to the right you see an X. Like if I didn't want to have a certificate on that domain name anymore for some reason, if a customer didn't pay their bill or went to another service, then I would remove them from the SSL list of SANS, subject alternative names. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the zip file that has the keys in it, and then I'm going to put that in a special folder, my cicorp.com. Okay, and I'm going to put this in a folder called the Cosmic Internet of number 2, which means that that's the second time I've rekeyed for this domain. Okay, I'm saving it in that folder. Then what I'll do, I'll go into that folder and then unzip it. So let me get a file folder here. So you could save it anywhere, but I'm gonna keep the previous keys just for educational purposes. Okay, this is the folder where I put it. And okay, now I had unzipped them before. I'm gonna take them away and just put them back again. Okay, now this will be what it's like when you first do it. Okay, then unzip it, unzip that file, extract all to this folder, extracting, and there we go. And there's the CRT. I would just like to put it in this folder, so I'm just doing a little copy and paste there. And get rid of this blank folder. Okay, so there's the CRT that stands for certificate. Now I'm going to open up not with the default program, which is crypto shell extensions, but Notepad, just plain old Notepad. And this is what the CRT file looks like. This is what the certificate looks like. And it starts with MIIH, and the first line is CQYD, and then down here it ends with HW equal and certificate. So this is all these codes. This is your CRT. All right, now let's go and check the certificates in Plesk. Okay, now I'm going to leave. Now about the other two files. Actually, I don't really need these at this point. The .pem, and there's another one that says bundle.crt. You don't need that either. Just the one that has some, some random numbers and .crt. Now let's go to my products again, and we'll go down to the web hosting, and we're going to choose the Windows hosting deluxe plan, which is taking us into Plesk administration. And I click there, and it comes up. Alright, now let's take a look at, remember one that worked was the A-DC. Well, actually, let me do my company, cicorp.com. So I scroll down the list, I look for cicorp.com in my Plesk website and domains. I go to dashboard and then scroll down under security. You see SSL certificates. Okay, SSL certificates for cicorp.com. Now notice at the bottom there's Cosmic Internet cicorp.com. Now that's the way that I'm naming the certificates. You could name it Joe, Harry, Sue, whatever. I'm naming it with the first part is which of the block of 10, called the Cosmic Internet group, not as opposed to the Shattuck group, which is my last name, Shattuck. And then the domain name, and then a number indicating, is this the first time I rekeyed, second time, third time I rekeyed? Because I want to keep track of them, because it's hard to tell the names, tell the contents of these files, because of all those random characters. And then I scroll down to where I can see the files. Now the first one, certificate request. Now that was a long time ago, when I first requested. That's not so important, but and then a key file you'll get on the first time that you do a certificate. But this is the one that really matters, the .crt. remember, it starts with MIAH, and the last to the right side. That's the way I do it. Then it ends with CQYD. Or I could scroll way down to see that, yes, it ended up with a couple HW and a couple equal signs. Let me take a look at my text file. Good old Notepad. So it does look like a match. It starts with MIAHR and also see DCC. Look for something distinctive to help you remember it. Then CQYD. You know, you can think like Congressional Quarterly Year to Date. You know, some way to remember which one is which. Okay, so that certificate is fine, and indeed we do see on cicorp.com that we have that connection is secure and the certificate is valid. Okay, but not so on the fairfieldiowa.us. It says not secure up there. It has a little like warning sign. Your connection to the site is not secure. You should not enter any sensitive information. Blah, warning, warning. So we're going to fix this. Okay, now I go to my list of domains. I type in fairfieldiowa.us. And I look down the list. Yeah, fairfieldiowa.us. And then I look down the list here. SSL certificates. Okay, and I look down below there. And there's one that was from before. This was using the name it initially got from Plesk. It'll put a bunch of numbers here, which is like the serial number of that Plesk account. But as I mentioned, I suggest if you're using these blocks of 10, put in the name of the block of 10. In this case, cosmicinternet.com. So I just put Cosmic Internet. And then the name of the domain. And then enough to, I don't want to fill in the box, but I don't have to do a lot of scrolling. So this is number 2. So Cosmic Internet, Fairfield, Iowa 2. That's enough. This name only needs to be meaningful to you. Okay, then put the organization name, Fairfield, Iowa. Okay, then I'm going to choose the certificate, CRT. I choose, and then I go to, remember this is Cosmic Internet 2, and this was the CRT, the one ED 86123445 FA blah 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 CRT. Remember, not the bundle one. Okay, this .crt, and then choose that, and then click this here, upload certificate, and now it's uploading, and it'll give you confirmation. Okay, SSL certificate was successfully updated. Now this other information, that's talking about something else they're doing with the MySQL. That's irrelevant to this. Okay, then I'll click again. Actually, I did forget to rename, which I can do at any time, Cosmic Internet. Fairfield, Iowa 2. And then click rename. There we go. Now, okay, now when I click down there, I'll see. There's the cosmicinternet.net. Okay. Alright, now look down below here. The ESR is there. The key that's from before when it was first initialized. And then the CRT. I'm looking to MIAH-HRDCC. Ends with C, remember CQVD. So let me compare that to the text file, and that is indeed the correct certificate. Okay, now I'm going to go to the Fairfield, Iowa, and I'm going to refresh this screen, and let's see what happens. Let's see how quick it can react. If Fairfield, Iowa.us now has a security certificate. So I will refresh, and indeed, you see in the upper left there is the symbol for connection is secure, and the certificate is valid under the common name cosmicinternet.com which is the main domain of that block of 10 UCC SSL secure domains. Okay, now let's take a look at another one. Take a look at our SANSs. Okay, go down to Manage Certificate and change subject alternative names and look down the list. Okay, that's fairfieldiowa.us seems to be okay. Next one, goldendome.org. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so I'll copy that and then paste over here. Let's see if, okay, it says not secure in the upper left. And on many browsers it might not come up at all. So, we're going to go to the Plesk hosting. Okay, and we'll scroll down the list for, there's goldendome.org on the list of domains. Again, we go to Dashboard, then scroll down to SSL TLS certificates. On here, it seems like that was still under the first certificate. I recognize that that name was provided by Plesk for the first time certificate, but this is now going to be Cosmic Internet Golden Dome, and I'm going to put a 2 and rename, indicating that's this part. This is going to have the second of the certificates, and then I see that down here. Notice that there's also RKCA. R stands for the initial request. K is for key, the key certificate. C is the main one, the most important to get the HTTPS to work. And then A is an optional CA certificate. So click there, and let's take a look. Scrolling down, okay, the initial certificate request will be the same as the others, and the key same as the others. The initial certificate. Now here's the one. Okay, begin certificate. It looks about right. It's starting with MIIHRCC, but ends with, on the first line is what I use, BGNV. Now that's not what we had on the other one. Yeah, we had CQYD. Okay, so actually when you're doing this, if you're doing a lot of these, you may want to keep a text file open to paste these type of things, and help you as you move along. So I'm putting down this list. I'm just press the space. We did that one, we did that one, we did that one, that one, that one, that one, and now we're on Golden Dome. We're doing that one. And the first line for Golden Dome is, instead of this first line, we want, and following, of course, we want, see, it starts out the same as the other one, but finishes up on the first line with NV instead of YD. So that's the way we can quickly see the difference. Okay, so I want to go back and I want to get that one with the YD at the end. And that's over on this screen here. Yeah, this starts with the YD, and then I'm going to select the whole thing. It's very important to select, including the words "End certificate." So I copy that, then return to the Plesk screen. I'm going to replace it. So I do that with this box up here. Now, there's two ways. You can paste this in, or it's equally fine to choose the file. Choose the CRT file. Either one does the same thing. Choose it and then upload certificate. or paste in the code from a text file. Okay. SSL certificate was successfully updated. Very good. And then there's some message about MySQL. You can ignore that. Okay. Here it says not secure. Okay, now I'm going to refresh screen. Let's see how long it takes. I'm going to delete the browsing data, empty the cache, because it may still be a result of that cache. Okay, now going back to goldendome.org. This is about the largest meditation dome. There it is. I just emptied the cache, and indeed, the certificate is now updated. Okay, so we see goldendome.org as the security certificate, and we see the key icon, or in some browsers you'll see a lock symbol indicating that it's secure. Now there's another way that you can check out the SSL certificates. If you go to sslabs.com. It's a very nice free site by Qualisys that lets you test your server and the SSL certificate. Okay, so we're going to put that in, goldendome.org, and submit. And it'll do a SSL report. And notice that it's using this IP, which is the IP address of the Plesk server. So it's actually checking all 10 in a way. And indeed, in the description, it says it's cosmicinternet.com is the main name. And then CI Corp is 1, A-TC 2, Aneta, Truth Justice, CTI1.com, cosmicinternet.com. Oh, it also throws in www as a freebie. NWAWB, fairfieldiowa.us, Golden Dome, and bitrom.org. And then if I scroll down, yes, it's now 84% complete. It goes through, checks the issuer, sends the signature algorithm, SHA-256, certificates provided. Let's get it up there, 84%. Checks all the keys. So this will be an example. I'll let that continue going for a while. Now on my page about the SSL certificates, which is cicorp.com/internet/SSL, this is a page about this video and more explanation up than the documents that GoDaddy sends you. This video and this website are kind of an illustrated version of it, with some more screenshots to help and examples of key files, CRT files, to help augment the excellent advice that GoDaddy provides. 24 hours a day, they're great. However, they do have a special SSL department which is only open 9 to 5. But this video will hopefully answer a lot of your questions so you don't have to wait on hold to do that. So down towards the bottom, I describe this utility, the sslabs.com, and you'll see that if it works out well, you get an A. Now following this is an example of a site that didn't get an A, and it'll get an F, that the security certificate failed for some reason. And it'll give you some clues. For example, this one, CI Research, it didn't, it had the wrong key, basically. Alright, let's go back to see if this is done with goldendome.org. Yay! Good. Overall rating is A. The certificate is valid. Protocol support, key exchange, cipher strength, everything's fine. Okay, so that takes care of that next domain, and I'll finish up the other ones. The next one, where I take from the text file, I take the CRT, copy, or paste, and then I use, now if you choose a file, use this button, upload certificate. If you paste it in, you use this button down here, which also says upload certificate. Even though you really didn't upload it, you pasted it. But probably should say update certificate. And there we go. For NAAWP, all set. And then we can just check it out, make sure that it works. If it has a security, yep, security certificate. There we go. Very good. And then we have one more to go, truthjustice.org. Okay, we're going to test that out. truthjustice.org. Okay, it still says not secure. So, again, what we do is we go into the Plesk, get to the list of domains, or type it in. Scroll down. We're going alphabetically almost to the end of the alphabet here. truthjustice.org. We click there, and we're about to put in the certificate. Now there is another setting that's important that you want to make sure all of your domains in that 10 have. It's under hosting and DNS, and then hosting, and then look down here for TSL support, SSL TSL support. Now notice now, I want to redirect it to that domain. This was its former name, so I can go ahead and save that now, that I want to redirect visitors from HTTP to HTTPS. Okay, and now we're going to go and update the SSL certificate. Again, I would like to change the names, so instead of Truth Justice and some code, which was the result of the first certificate, actually years ago, and that's Cosmic Internet, and I'm going to put a 2 here. I wanted to, I'm going to make it a little shorter so I don't have to scroll to the right to see the 2. Okay, then rename. And then one more time, we go down here, choose the name. Also, let me move my picture here. Note to the right, it says used. 1 means it's used. 0 means it's not used. Which could be if the TSL support had not been checked marked that it should use that under hosting. Okay, I'm going to go in here and scroll down to see the CRT. And let's see which one it is. Yeah, see, it's the old one, BGNV. Okay, so I go to my text file again, which is storing the CRT file for all the Cosmic Internet domains, that block of 10. And we go here. Again, I can either choose the file and select there. That's one way. Perfectly valid. Or I can paste in the CRT, and that's the right one, CQVD YD. Okay, and then if I upload certificate, I use this button. If I paste it in, I use this button down here. It turns red a little bit, but then it'll turn back to normal. And then if I go to check, if I go back in again, I will see that the proper CRT is now placed, the one that ends with YD. beginning with MIIH. I can also check under the hosting. I'll go back to the Truth and Justice settings, hosting and DNS, then under hosting, and scroll down a bit. Notice that the SSL TLS support, it's still enabled, and this is actually automatically changed to the new name. So I really don't have to change this. So I could just cancel. It's fine the way it is. Now, the test. Now it says not secure. Let's refresh. And now it is secure. So it takes effect pretty quickly. And if I go back to my list of all of my certificates, back in my hosting account, take a look at my certificates, and that block of 10 is finished. Okay, so hopefully this will help you with your manage your certificates, and you won't have to call GoDaddy so much. And you know, they do have a service where they will manage it for you. However, it's a few $100s. So if you can learn to do it yourself, you'll save money, and you'll save the GoDaddy guides from having to do so many calls, because they're quite busy. Okay, I hope this video helped to master the art of SSL certificates.